chance to attack consecutively. His second skill is Team Up, and it brings 2 monsters to attack with him. His passive is called Annihilate, which... No, I was gonna say that one of my favorite movies is Annihilation. Honestly, no one cares. Every time you defeat an enemy, you get an extra turn, and your cooldowns are reduced. So that means things like Team Up are gonna come back online faster, letting you chain more takedowns together, and then getting more procs of the passive. Again, just feels good. He's got good mouthfeel. That's not a word that I should be using here.
What did he say?
Ikaru is the water one, and he's gotten way too much attention on this channel already. He doesn't have a chance to attack more than once on his skill 1, but his Team Up can bring up to 3 members of his team with him. So that's a total of 4 attacking monsters. And of course, that depends on his defense. So if you have the runes to get him to the requisite 2381 additional defense, considering that you have fully maxed out defense from your profile, then you'll be able to do that. After he attacks, he applies an attack buff and a revenge buff to himself. He is also one of only 2 Inugamis with a leader skill. He gives a 23% attack speed buff to water units. The wind one is Ramahan. He has the same first skill as Ikaru, but the damage increases according to his defense, which you're going to see repeat quite a few times over the course of his kit. Like in his second skill, Siege, which attempts to strip a single target. And then Smother is his third skill, and this one will deal damage proportionate to his defense. And that damage further increases depending on how low the HP of the target is. So if they already have one foot in the grave, it's going to put the other one in way faster. Belladie on the light Inugami has defense break on skill 1 with a little attack bar pushback. Skill 2 is Seize that tries to strip with a small upside to himself. And then his skill 3 is a 35% heal and attack bar push. This is a dope monster, and actually one of the best designed kits in the entire game. And lastly, Crow, the Dark Inugami, who has also gotten way too much exposure on this channel, but he deserves every last bit of it. He has defense break with a dot on skill 1. His skill 2 is a team up with a single monster, but the damage scales according to the number of debuffs on the enemy target. Finally, Scar is one of the most impactful third skills in a new player's box. It leaves a 2-turn brand and deals huge damage that scales with debuffs again. The damage increases by 50% per debuff actually, so you're gonna see that damage absolutely skyrocket, assuming he's moving last on your team and you're running things like, I don't know, Lauren or Fran or Shannon. I don't know, anything that applies a debuff is gonna help him with that. On to the rankings. The worst one is... So before we get going with the rankings, I did just want to drop the disclaimer that this family is great. Typically, I usually only cover great families in this series, and the Inugamis are no different. But there does have to be a last place.
If you ain't first, you're last.
So with that in mind, Ramahan is number 5. He offers damage, but other members of the family do damage better than him and demand less stats to do it. He's fine, and if you like your niche defense operating damage comp, then Ramahan's great for you. If I'm being totally honest, I did have to look up his name to remind myself for this video. Next on the list, Belladie the Light Inugami. Granted, I think Belladion's value actually increases depending on how new to the game you are. So if you're brand new to Summoner's War and you really need that support monster and you happen to have a Light Inugami, then I actually think he's going to be placed way higher on the list. And Belladie is not bad by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, he's an incredibly designed monster. Number 3 is Ikaru. This might be a little bit of a hot take. I think that Ikaru probably could have been number 2 or even number 1 if this video was made maybe a year and a half to 2 years ago. But because we're making it in 2024, this is where he lands. You might recognize him from such teams as Trickaroo, literally named after Ikaru in triplicate. This monster has had a profound impact on the game, and he is likely part of the reason why Abyss floors don't allow more than one monster in them. You can use him in TOA normal, you can use him in all the dungeon teams leading up to the Abyss floors, and heck, you can even use him in TOA hard, you can use him in the Punisher's Crypt as well as part of the Vampires Walking Dogs team. Being able to pull 3 units at once is just so valuable. So he's still here, he's on the list, and he's doing great. Number 2 is Raoak. Now this might surprise some people because he pulls 1 fewer unit than his brother Ikaru does. However, he does so with no prerequisite stat. So out of the box, Raoak is going to pull 2 people with his team up ability, and he's just going to be a damage dealer. This is a super accessible damage dealer who's seeing use in Punisher's Crypt as well as the Spiritual Realm. You can also use him in TOA teams. You can also snipe with him in RTA. You can pair him with things like Elsharion to great effect. Number 1, who did you think it was going to be? Had to be Crow, the Dark Inugami. One of the most impactful damage dealers in the game for new players, ages super well into late game players' accounts. Talk about accessible. this guy is probably the best damage dealer for new players. In fact, if you wanted to reorganize these... Hello everyone and welcome back to Summoner's War. My name is Come To Us Evan, and my camera is like a little bit, it's a little misbehaving today. It's a little out of sync with me. What's up, folks? I see so many people in chat already. I see Maglea, I see Kanagi, Dak Attack. What's going on? We're live on both Twitch and YouTube. Yan, Max, how are you doing? It's good to see you guys today on this beautiful Wednesday. We're doing some account reviews. I got some coffee with me, and that's just great. And I got you guys. Thiago, what's going on? I'm doing great, Kanagi. Thank you. I've had a really nice, very productive morning, and now I get to hang out and chat with you guys for a bit. And I think I'm already hanging out in chat channel 10. I am. So if this happens to be your first time on account reviews and progression tips, all you got to do is jump into chat channel 10. Tell me what your problem is. Let me know what your Twitch or YouTube handle is too, because that helps me identify who I'm talking to in the chat. And I'll try to answer whatever your question is to the best of my ability. Sometimes that ability is lower than I'd like to admit, but I will do my dangdest. I will do my dangdest. When is the 10th anniversary? Dude, we're smack dab in the middle of the 10th anniversary. Well, technically, the 10th anniversary of the game is, I think, so April, I believe, is when the game launched in Korea, and then I believe the global release is in June. So, you know, we are now literally in the 10th anniversary. Puzzled Souls says, what's up, my man? Dude, I love the puzzle. I love the puzzle piece in there. That's awesome, dude. Oh, and nothing much. I realized I didn't answer your question. Nothing much. Like I said, I'm having such a great day today. It's a beautiful sunny day in Southern California today. Get to look forward to hanging out with one of my friends later. Do I have it? I swear I had like one scroll. Oh my god, I do. I have exactly one scroll. Son of a gun. Son of a gun, I tell you. I tell you, this game doesn't want to give me nothing right now. It doesn't want to give me anything. It doesn't want to. When are you doing account reviews? Right the heck now, Squishy. Let's do this. Squishy TM, the place to be is chat channel 10. And if you're joining us on Twitch, you can use command new survey. That's going to present you with the survey today. And if you're on YouTube, I will present you with the survey instead, which I just did right now. I just did that. I just did that for you right now. Evan, have you seen The Witcher replacements yet? No, I personally have not seen The Witcher replacements yet. I'm really looking forward to those, though. That's kind of a cool opportunity. I think they're going to be pretty sick. Which is funny, because... Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I just realized I can't say what I was going to say. Doesn't matter. Forget it. Forget I didn't say anything. I don't know why I'm tripping. Oh, Squishy! I'm Squishy on Twitch. You account reviewed me last time, done some improvements, and need help beating Necropolis. And then I see there's a couple other messages above me too, but I saw this one first. So let's jump in on here. Okay, need help beating Necropolis. All right, sounds great. Made some improvements. I'm happy to hear that, dude. Good job. You guys are always improving all the time. I'm playing on the Steam client today too, and on the Steam client, these images are so small. They're so tiny for me. Hold on. Can I what happens if I drag the corner? This is not something I should be trying live, but let's whatever it is. Nah, not doing that. Okay. Giant's Abyss. Is that a 7? I think that's a 7. I think that's a 723. We can probably get that down, to be honest. Looking at your comp right here, I really think you might just be lacking damage. And that's actually good. I think you're lacking damage, because right now the Parjanya, I know Parjanya himself is not really a damage dealing unit. He's more of a control unit because of all the provokes and the way that he keeps himself alive. My man Morris, as much as I love Morris representation, the man does not belong on a Giants team. As much as I hate to say it. He multi-hits. He doesn't really do what he's trying to do consistently. That was probably the hardest thing I've ever had to admit in my life. And then, of course, we've got the attack bar boost. I think his name's Praline. We've got the attack bar boost with crit rate and attack buff over there. But he is, again, I think we can take that out. And then Fran's a support. So really the only damage dealer that's represented on the Giants team is going to be Veramos right now. And I know that this question was actually about Necro, but I really think it's important to just nail down that Giants team. As far as Necro, it looks like you might be lacking some multi. Is that a dark one? Let's go in. Let's go on the island. Dr. Evan is in session. Dr. Evan? Yeah, that's me. Like, Dr. Evan or something?
What do you mean?
Like that.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Okay, let's see here. I like the Lapis. The Lapis is a nice include. This multi-hits. This technically multi-hits. Ah, it is the dark one. No way, dude. Let's go. Oh my gosh, let's actually go. This is so good. Professor. I like the sound of that, Dr. Delight. Professor Evan. That's even better. New 10 years info when. Ramstein, so I am not a leaky faucet. I don't leak things. But I will tell you, you don't have to wait much. What's today, the 10th? You don't have to wait much longer. You won't have to wait much longer. That's all I'm gonna say on that, okay? So, okay, first of all, I should have checked your Necro team a little bit more thoroughly. Edwin says, let's leak some info. Let's not. I feel like me telling you don't have to wait much longer. Me also telling you that some of the coolest stuff I've ever seen in Summoners War, as far as events, is nearby. I feel like that's also not a leak, right? Because on average, the 10th anniversary events have pretty consistently been like some of the best events I've ever seen. So I feel like me telling you that the future ones are also like the best events we've ever had, I feel like that's pretty good. So no leaks. I'm changing the topic. It's my stream. Instead, I'm going to talk about Abigail and how she has a 38% attack power lead in dungeons. Bro, if you're not using Abigail and Necro, you got to start. That's all I'm going to say. This second skill was literally built to slay the Necro boss. 8 hits, 7 of which is all is needed to break the shield. 1 additional to apply defense break. Boom. There you go. So let's have her on the team. Let's have Lapis on the team. I'm fine with Lapis staying on the team. Sigrid, super dope. Crow, awesome. And then, like, I think you were using a Sheer. I would just use Fran. I would just use Fran for that. Okay, let's talk Giants because I already suggested some changes. You're just a little short on damage right now. Let's just check Pharaoh. Is this crit damage? Let's put him on crit damage. Let's move over to like a damage set. Can be fatal. I would prefer rage, but okay. Let me let's. Oh, these are great questions, guys. Lee says, "Hey Evan, thoughts on the new support monsters?" Here's a leak for an upcoming video. I'm actually doing a review of the support monsters via video, but we could talk about it on here. I'd love to. Let's do it. Hydrolski says if he starts leaking, it could cost him his job. Well said, Hydrolski. Exactly. Also, hello to you too. Dak Attack says I have every Necro monster except for Aster. Abyss, but not consistent. Yeah. Aster's pretty lit. You can get her eventually, though. She's in the Hall of Heroes. PKR, hi. Congratulations on the Water Druid Abellio. Is your first Nat 5? So the first Nat 5. Here's the thing about Abellio with being your first Nat 5. If you've just started playing Summoners War, which welcome to the game, unless this is your second account. The thing about Abellio is he's really good in like PvP content and also like pseudo PvP, where it's like the AI driven account. Oh, it is your second account. Great. So he's really good in arena and RTA. He's good in defenses and, like I said, against live opponents in PvP. You're not really going to be using him in PvE environments, so if it's your first Nat 5 on this new account, I'd put him in storage. He'll be happy there for when you come back. The good news is he's outstanding. He is one of my favorite support monsters in the game. He cuts in when someone like goes below 40% health, and then he has the opportunity to heal them. He goes into bear form. He's got big damage, a little bit of self-sustain. The dude is fantastic, actually, so congratulations. Super good. But temper your expectations when it comes down to PvE. Okay, Squishy, I hope that helped. And then, hi Evan, I'm trying to do RTA. Would it be, let me know what monster I should work on? I own nothing. So actually, let's just take a brief dip into the World Arena. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm going to have Once in Love on stream this Friday. And I think we'll probably do my placements together, you know? I imagine we'll probably do my placements together. We had a question about the support monsters. Oh, what channel are we linking our accounts in game? Chat channel 10, Nicholas. Vegetables on YouTube says, I want Abellio more than any LD5. That's crazy that you got the original name Vegetables on YouTube. That's actually crazy. And what do you think of Tian Lang? What do I think? The dude's insane. That's like a free G1 on Arena sometimes. Well, not so much anymore, but he's super unique. He was actually just featured on 10 of the best and coolest LD passes in the game. I got Doman like 20 minutes ago. Is she good, bro? Oh, yes, she's very good. Hey, Evan, I followed all your videos and now finished all PvE content. Great job, by the way, on that. Congrats to Edwin. That's a huge achievement. Want to start building guild offense teams. Any tips? My in-game ID is Winnie. Yeah, actually, so Edwin, as far as that too, before I even start to answer this question, if you haven't seen, I don't know if I'm allowed to recommend this. Let's say there's a personal recommendation instead of like a company so this is Evan talking instead of Come To Us talking. SW Guild Tools, to be honest, is a really good site. Like, they have a lot of good recommendations for like how to do offenses, how to counter defenses, like stuff like that. You can type in monsters and it'll give you comps. It's a really cool reference. It's honestly just a very cool tool to use as a player. So just keep that in the back of your mind. And I'll also kind of default and ask chat too. If we have, I know that we've got some prominent guild players who watch the stream too. It's like, you guys, if you guys have any tips you'd like to share, we can go into that. So that I don't get too off track, let's talk about the support monsters real quick. We've got Wusa included. Wusa being included in the support monsters is just great. Here's the thing. He's ruined on Swift, plus 124, right? Then we got Cigar, who's ruined on Violent, plus 127. The dude is fast. He has more additional speed than Wusa off a Violent set. With the good googly moogly. Wusa's still faster because of his absurd base speed. But, like, that's just so funny to me. This is actually a pretty competent Cigar. Trey, that's so funny. I know, Wusa and Cigar. We only have 2 speed leads this season, right? In Gemini and Praline, so they're both 19%. So this guy, strip, defense break, most folks are probably aware. I don't think a lot of people have really utilized Praline. That could just be a little bit of bias on my end, but this is a small attack bar boost, and then also attack buff and crit rate buff. Zen is also pretty competent. Oh, I'm very happy with this Raccoony, to be honest. This is actually a super solid Raccoony. Look at this. This is actually this is a nutty Raccoony in a way. Only 58% res, right? But like super good HP, good defense, decent speed. It's on Vionem and has 0% accuracy. And that's the part that I kind of harp on in the video too, because that means like that's efficiency. Even my Raccoony has like 14 or 15% accuracy just because, like, you know, it happens. Sometimes a rune just has accuracy and there's not much you can do about it. So like this is actually a good Raccoony. And then there's also decent artifacts, except for like this random crit damage and additional damage. So like, but beyond that, like, this is actually a competently ruined monster. Amber's looking pretty good. Smicer is ruined on Despair, which is like a little bit weird, because he already freezes and like he's not quite fast enough to do the thing where you like boost somebody. He can do that for some people, but not all. So that's a quick review. If you guys want a more in-depth review of the support monsters, stay tuned to the YouTube channel, because there is going to be a YouTube video coming out soon on that. Any promo codes? 3 Music. There are no promo codes. However, there is a survey you can fill out, and we give 75 crystals to a random assortment of people equal to the max viewership we get on stream. So fill that out. It's command new survey. If you're on YouTube, I'll copy and paste it periodically. That was a great question, whoever asked for the support monsters. Puzzled. I'm trying to do RTA. Would like to let me know what monster I should work on. I own nothing after 6 years. All right, Puzzled. Let's do this. Let's dock. What do you think about Shazam? Shazam is like... okay. Shazam is like a fun monster. I like thinking about what monsters to bring with Shazam, right? Because of all the, like, counterattacks that he can put on. Like, it's one of those fun theoretical monsters. I don't think he's the greatest LD5. I certainly don't think he's the worst. I think he's kind of cool. That's my, like, 15-second review. Let's jump in. Ah, yes, Smicer, the water puppeteer. Did I call him Smicer? What was his name again? Is it Secondes? Is it Ligma? Oh, no, it's Zabala. Z-Ball. Oh, thank you. I'll never get tired of that bit. It's Ligma. How you jump on someone's account. Nice try, Siskotagi. Oh my goodness. Oh, you guys are so fun. All I do to jump on people, I don't actually like jump on people's account. I kind of just view their island. And so like if you post in chat channel 10, I can look at your profile and then check out all the monsters that you have listed there. Come to his motive. Oh my God, I hit my plant. Are you okay, buddy? He's all right. I just asked him. I have like a really big plant right here. I don't know. Do you guys want to see? I have like a big plant. It's in a pot. Here, look at this. Look at this plant. It's like right there, right out of view. Okay. Come to his motive. Welcome to the stream, dude. Thank you for using Command Meetup. Okay. So let's talk RTA. Oh, this monster. Ramiel and Jediah. They just got yeah, RJ just got used in not the Legend. Was it the Legend tournament? It was either no. It was the Americas Summit, and they were used in tandem with Masha. So they used a combination. They had this move first, and they used the combination third skill to strip and then apply defense break, followed by Masha to just snipe a unit. If you ever need a design, merch, or signage, I got you. Law, Puzzled Souls. Thank you for that, actually. I appreciate that. What do you do? What is it that you... What's your mission statement there? Do you run a store where you make those? Evan, what is your This is from Edwin Park on YouTube. Evan, what's your recommendation between Bastet versus Nana for Nat 5? That's going to be very dependent on whether or not... Well, if you play Arena and you go for like kind of the cleave style, right? Or if you go for cleave and RTA, you might want to lean towards Bastet. If you prefer Bruise and you find that you need something to kind of counter a snipe comp, Nana can help with that. Both are decent. I think Bastet might skew a little bit better, but like it really depends on if you have the speed in your Swift runes to go for that, or if that's even the kind of Summoners War you like to play. I play a Summoners War comp that's kind of like more towards Nana. I like playing Bruise. I like chilling. I like playing the mid game, the late game. That's, you know, I used to try to cleave and snipe. It's just not as much. It's just not for me. It's just not as much for me. Eric also says Nana's really good in lab. Okay. I've successfully spread my R&J propaganda. Let's move on. Praha is a great secret weapon. Still, people still really like her. Shiho's great. I usually keep a Shiho rune just in case I see like a Douglas or something. I would keep your Heigang on Despair. Well, remember you've got more. A more on Despair is great. This is awesome. Rika is still one of the best counter picks in RTA. If you see nobody's got immunity, you throw down a Rika, you usually just win, or they ban it, which is kind of like a mini win. If you pick Meiho Wang, lately it's been pretty important to have him at 100%. I really like having him on 100% crit rate. And he gains attack over time, so his rune requirements are slightly lower than it would seem. Just don't skimp on the defense, okay? I have been playing with this monster, by the way. I've been playing with Nora and absolutely loving her. And you've got Belinus. Hold on, you've got a lot of good monsters. I feel like maybe this was bait. I think you've got a lot of good stuff, dude. Juno, still a great counter pick. Oh, that's awesome, Puzzled. And thank you for the offer, dude. I hope you use this Tesha on your Giants team, by the way, for this, because it's really good. Let's see what else we got. This is my favorite starter right now. Okay, we're almost done looking at what you've got. Okay, so now that we know what you got, you could kind of play a similar opening to what I've been playing. The only thing I noticed is that there's not a ton of like effective speed leads in different elements. I don't know, did you guys notice something that maybe I didn't? There's not a lot of speed leads represented here. So what I kind of like to draft is usually like speed lead, like more, right? And then I bring something, I really love opening with Etna. She has a super high base speed, so your Swift runes or your Despair or whatever you end up runing her on is going to go further on her than most monsters. You do have this. Clara does have a 19%, and she's got a strip and stun. So you could do that, but I'm less certain about this. You have a lot of really good bruise monsters too, right? Like I'm noticing a lot. This account's pretty good and well suited to play bruiser. I would honestly still first pick the more just to do it, but then like just pick bruise. You know, if you see that they're not bringing a lot of immunity, that could be to your benefit. You could pick a Nora there. Have elemental diversity in your draft too. So it's like you could go, for instance, you could go like more Etna Mayho, or like and the reason I like Etna there is because she's really disruptive. You know, she can just kind of like swoop in and stop what your opponent's trying to do. You could also do more Chung Pung and then Mayho Wang if you see that they don't have a lot of them. You could do Belinus, but if you do Belinus, you have to drop like a second strip or two. I wouldn't pick Belinus without one more strip. I mean, you've got Chung Pung, so you should be fine. Could go Hey Gang, something like that. Says RNJ. Oh, RNJ is speed lead. Thank you. Perfect. Look at this, guys, right here, 24%. I wish it wasn't water, but that's okay. That's okay. They're really good. They're really solid too. This would be great with like the Mayho Wang. So you set up the defense break, then Mayho Wang can go in for big damage. You could also do Carlos into that. Yeah, I really like your account, dude. I think that's great stuff you have. You're welcome, Puzzled. All right, let's go. Next. Evan, please rate my account. Let's do just a good old rating. Let's just do a good old review. Oh, wow, this is an interesting team for Giants. And to be getting 1 minute and 7 seconds. I don't know if this is consistent. If it's consistent, this is pretty dope, I have to say. The Wind Ryu does not get a lot of play, and it's funny to see him in Giants. Also with the Water Geralt, you've got the Luna, presumably a Rage Veramos. That's really cool. You've kind of got your own style going on for these teams, and I'm vibing with it. This is exactly the sort of thing to remind people, if your team is consistent and getting around 1 minute, you're good. Like, to be honest, like ever since Repeat Battle has been introduced, and now that we have times 30, being able to do it with repetition, like consistently, is the important part. The speed matters less. You know, you can just put it on Repeat Battle, minimize it, go do whatever else, climb TOA, play RTA, do guilds, whatever, and just kind of have it run in the background. So if this is consistent, that's dope. If it's not consistent, we should talk. I also love that you're using the Vampires Walking Dogs team. You're using Brandia and Steel Fortress. It seems like you're really well utilizing the monsters on your account. Cleared both TOAs. I don't know. So far, I'm impressed. Oh, and thank you, Dak Attack, for explaining how people can get reviewed. Wingspan says, first time in the chat, how can I get a beginner account review? What's wrong with me? Welcome, Wingspan. But the A in Wingspan is an X. Things are looking good, dude. Things are looking good. Again, if that's consistent, let me just see what you got back here. Because I want this monster so bad. I'm just snooping. I have no reason to be back here. I'm just kind of, I'm not minding my own beeswax right now. I love that Mantura's here. I think that's so fun. I love that you have Mantura here. Mantura used to be the GOAT, dude. Do you guys remember this? Like, Mantura used to be so good in TOA. Raise your hand in chat. Does anybody still use Mantura? Thank you, Austin. Thank you. Honestly, Mantura gang, rise up, dude. Okay. I'm going to get, honestly, if those teams are consistent, I'm going to give it like an 8. I'm going to give it like an 8. Been playing less than a month and have looked up lots of guides. Would appreciate account improvement tips working on R5 team. Shylixia. Awesome. Oh, what a cute dog. That's so cute. Oh my goodness. Look at those ears. Oh, I love those ears. That's so cute. Heavens to Betsy. Let me see that again. That's a happy dog. Okay. So you're working on an R5 team right now? Nice. I like these. I like the monsters that we're seeing here. This is good stuff. Something to keep in mind too. I don't think I use Verd in it. I know some people use Verd. Something to keep in mind with R5 is that as you take more turns, the boss gets stronger, right? So proccing is not very good. Like having units on violent isn't necessarily great. Having a high density of violent ruined units isn't great. You also want to rely more on units that cleanse on a third skill rather than a passive. So as cool as Veramos is, the boss does Oblivion. And because the boss Oblivions, that means his passive is going to get turned off. So I'm loving this. Love this. Love this. You're probably using Baelgar already. I really like using Raoak for the team up. You probably could use Spectra. I don't personally use Spectra, but I bet you could use Spectra. You should use Darien if you're not already. I have mine 2-8. It's not necessarily required to do so. Bernard does apply attack break too. And I don't hate the speed buff, you know? Sometimes procs can get a little bit much, but you know, I don't know about that. You're doing great with the units you have, by the way. So Violent might want to swap over to Swift. On Despair, we could change this to Swift as well. You know, because he doesn't really attack. He only has 2 single target attacks. So him landing a stun with those is not as important. Let me see what you got here. Despair. Again, Shannon's main role is to kind of move. Is to move quick. You want her to move first on your team, so that way she puts up the attack buff for everybody. As long as she's moving first, it's not a big deal. Oh, eventually Ikaru can work on raids as well. I use him to pull multiple people. Let's just see what you got on this guy. Not currently ruined. That's okay. We can ruin him up. I like the way your crow's looking. I actually like this. Like, even though the crit rate is slightly lower than where we want it to be, right? It's clear you have an idea for, like, where you've done your homework very clearly with this crow. You know what's important. You know he shouldn't be super slow. You know he needs crit rate, crit damage, and you know that he needs to be, like, have enough HP to survive. So I really like what I'm seeing here. Technically speaking, you could lose, like, you don't need to go crazy on it, but you could lose, like, 15 to 20 speed in favor of crit rate. So maybe look around on your runes and see what's possible there. But I really like what you've done here. It shows that you've done your homework. This too, great speed on this. The only thing is she's not very tanky. I would like to change out these attack runes. It looks like they're here only to complete the Swift set. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. I would like to see these changed out for HP. Even if they're not legendary runes that are on here. Let's check Fran, 125. We want your Lauren looking more like your Fran, but with accuracy. What crit rate do you want on most crit damage monsters? I would love to hear folks in chat's opinion, because mine is looser than most people. I say 80. I say 80 to 85 is what you should aim for, only because like asking for so many big numbers, especially when it relates to like a newer account that has fewer rune options, it can be a little intimidating. I remember being fresh to the game, like, oh my god, I've been playing for over 7 years now, but like I remember being newer and hearing these numbers and being all like, no, like I can't hit that, you know. So I think it's more important to just kind of understand that you need crit rate to make crit damage matter. So Kanagi seems to agree, 80-ish, except Verd. Yes, there's a few monsters that need 100. Verd is one of them. I'm Xylus says 85%. Newer accounts go for around 80, 85. And that's from Elijah on YouTube. Squishy says, I love 100%. That's great, dude. I love it. That's so funny. You're like, it's 100 or nothing. M. Wolvie, this game is just a matter of how lucky you are, no skill. I really disagree, Wolvie. I really disagree. Having played for 7 years, you know, but I can understand to be honest, Wolvie, I can understand the sentiment. I can understand where you're coming from and how like you can kind of feel that way, how the game can kind of have a series of events that could make you feel like that, you know, especially like if you get procced on RTA, whatever. I don't feel like that. I think that there's a huge degree of strategy and especially planning around luck, you know, and like hedging your bets. I think that's a really good thing to practice in RTA. I think, you know, Seppi and I used to joke about that. We used to talk about how like Veladjul is always going to proc, you know, so if you kind of hedge your bets around that and you do extra control on him to make it so that you're working against the luck, I think that's great. So M. Wolvie, I've been playing longer than you. Rune drops, monster acquisition, procs, all luck. You know, that's, so I understand the sentiment, but we're in a state of the game right now where it's like you get runes, we get rune crafting events, like we've gotten a 10 pull Nat 5 event, you know, where you get to choose one to take home. It's like we have tons of scrolls. And like also with procs, kind of like what I was just imagining, it's like monsters are ruined on violent 2 procs. So if you kind of hedge your bets around that and plan around the enemy getting lucky and keep in the back of your mind that it's like, you know, the variables are changing, right? Those percentages are changing. As they're proccing, you're proccing. You can kind of do stuff. So I actually think that there's a huge degree of skill in even the luck management of the game. And that's, I haven't even talked about the pick ban phase, threat assessment, you know, team ruining itself. But yeah. But I understand, Wolvie. I know where you're coming from. It's like we've been playing for a long time, right? My Akamamir is 100%. My Parjanya is almost 100%. It's so fun talking about the crit rate still. Oh, by the way, so I hope that I realize we've been on this same one for raids for a little while. Uh-oh. I'm getting that thing. I feel like the game's gonna, because I'm backing out of islands, I feel like the game's gonna come down in a second. Elijah says, the game has been out for 10 years. Luck does have a place in the game, but right now with the current meta being pretty big, skill has a huge part in it. I completely agree, dude. I totally agree. But I also, I feel where Wolvie's coming from. Like the game does kind of, I'm not trying to say there's no luck. I'm just trying to say that I think that there's room to say that there's both luck and skill. Like one of my favorite games, MTG, has a lot of luck in it. Actually, that is like my favorite, at least my favorite card game. It's like a lot of the best games out there will have some kind of luck. Dude, I played HS. I don't know if I'm allowed to say these names, so I'm just going to say HS. I played HS for a long time. HS is like all luck. Dude, once you play HS, this game is a game of haves and have-nots. Oh, man. Wolvie's feeling kind of down, bro. The other thing I'll say about that, I'm not trying to be contrarian. I'm not trying to be contrarian. That's not what this is about. But I will say this about that. Is that there are tons of monsters that do very similar things. Granted, there are a lot of monsters, like if you look at the most recent video on the channel, or one of the recent videos on the channel, that's like 10 of the best LD passives, or like, you know, some of the best third skills in the game, like the very, very unique stuff, you know, like Tian Lang. Nobody really does what like Tian Lang does. But like when you look at monsters like Belinus, like Rika, you know, like Nora, all those monsters do incredibly similar things. So it's like, yeah, you may not have one thing, but there are redundancy options in the game that can kind of help you do what you want to do. And I don't know, maybe it's just that like we might just be coming from different perspectives, where it's like I like the part of the game that you're having an issue with right now. But I feel it. I feel it, Wolvie. Do I play Commander? Austin, yes, I do play Commander. Oh my god, dude, I've got 11 Commander decks. Sorry, let's go back to chat. I can't decide what mons to rune for RTA, and I haven't touched RTA. Too lazy. Please help. I've only got 5 top tier sets. Roger that, Trent. We're going in. I'm going in. Hydrolski. Game without a little luck becomes boring, and games where luck is a major component are frustrating. Exactly. And that's where I can also understand where Wolvie's coming from. You know, it's like I have had a series of games where it's like it feels like I'm just getting procced on or something, you know? And I failed to see that I also, you know, had a component, like maybe I misdrafted too as well, but there are games where you just get unlucky. But I agree that it would get boring without it. Summoner's Warrior is somewhere in the middle, says Elijah. Totally agree. Slightly bigger Matha. You should be the new Artemiel face of the game. The way you talk about it inspires us. Keep going and stay addicted. That's very sweet, dude. Matha. That's very kind, actually. Dude, you just made my morning with that. That was very nice of you to say. Okay, so let's talk. Wolvie, I have. Play with all free-to-play monsters and see how much fun you have. Dude, whoa. Wolvie, hold on. I know it can be frustrating, but please understand, I'm not trying to frustrate you further by engaging in conversation. Just so you know, a lot of the best monsters in the game are free to play. You look at things like Riley, you look at Gapsu that's being used in like top RTA. You look at Verd. Verd's farmable. Verd is like one of, if not the best attack bar booster in the game. I'm not trying to just, I'm not trying to be contrarian. I'm just trying to kind of like support it, because I understand the feeling, but sometimes it's like you just need a little perspective shift, you know, something like that. Evan needs to put on the outfit for his stream. Are you talking about the Veligil suit? Because I'm not wearing that thing again. Heck no, dude. 60 pounds. Oh, it's true. And I've played for 8 years, still no LD5, still lots of fun. I'm glad to hear that, Austin. I have one LD5. She's not great. She is not that good, dude. It's Lydia. Oh, bro, I got to dust her off at some point. Let's talk about what monsters should be ruined for RTA on this account here. I briefly mentioned it. I didn't go into detail before. Praha is truly a secret weapon in RTA. Attack bar cycling, strip with dots, crowd control, right? And a heal. And honestly, res. I know some people don't believe in res. I'm one of the weirdos who does believe in res. Sometimes it works, dude. That's all I'm saying. I'm already seeing a high density of monsters that you should ruin. So let's I'm just going to scan through, and then we'll talk about like what you want to focus on. Like, look at this. You got Praha, you got Annabelle, you got Wusa. I see Josephine over here. You got Molong, you got Bulwark. Sometimes it's good to just have a Bulwark just kind of in your back pocket. He requires runes that not a lot of people need, you know? You put him on shield. Well, people need will, and then you put him on revenge. Something like that. Or just will shield, you know? How do you have him right now? You got him on Nem, shield, will. That's great. Nem's great too. Hagang, put him on despair. Shizuka, put her on violent. Aaliyah, if we go defense, we'll remember that's there. And then we got Amber, we got Zabala. Dude, oh my god, what the heck is this? Oh, I hope you're using this guy in PvE. By the way, Liam's insane right now in speed teams. Like, people are using him and Kyle, and/or sometimes they're using one or the other. I've seen people use both. You got this great speed lead, great bruise option. Dude, this account is low-key like super stacked. You could go for something that's like, anytime I see Tomoe, by the way, I start immediately thinking of like Tomoe, Shizuka, double strip, and just debuff the heck out of them, right? Like, that's like spread the debuffs across. Oh, you have Lucia. I really like this monster right now, actually. I don't have her. I like her in theory. Stoic and I call her Jackson at home, and she's really good. Really solid monster. There was something else I wanted to highlight. I just talked earlier about R&J, the water twin angels plus Masha. You run that as a speed lead, strip, defense break, then Masha confirms kill. And then, oh wow, you have a lot of PvE options, dude, with Teshar. Teshar too. Look at this. You've got great starters and Cigar Etna. Man, this account has like everything. I wish this one was better. I played around with this. I saw some folks using it. I tried it. It didn't work super well for me, but... Oh, man. We gotta use this, right? Do we? Well, actually, do people think this needs a buff? Oh, and you've got Layla. Dude, no way. Get the heck out of here. Dude, I think we're playing Layla. I think we're doing Layla, Tomoe, Shizuka. Dude, you even have Gyo. That's crazy. That's so funny. You even have Gyo. You could do Heigang with this. You could do Heigang, Cigar maybe. Maybe an AoE strip. Like you could even go like Heigang, Chungpung, and then like the 3. I don't know, dude. I think some sort of like debuff manipulation would be really fun. This account can kind of do any kind of bruise comp you want, any kind of crowd control comp you want, which is really cool to say. You have a lot of great options and counter picks, right? So I would go double strip, Shizuka Tomoe +1. That's kind of what I would do. Or I might just be living vicariously through you. You could play a more reserved, like Camilla, Masha speed lead. Like bring the water twin angels, bring Masha, then go Camilla if they don't counter you too hard on elements. You could bring Cigar with this. You could bring Etna to start or something like that instead, +1. This is a great account, dude. This is great, Trent. Like, truly. Uh-oh. It's happening. Guys, I gotta reopen the game. That just kind of happens. That's a bug that I swear only I run into. In the meantime, here's what I'm gonna tell you to do. I've got a couple commands. I'm opening it back up as we speak. Command meetup is something I want you to type in chat. And I'd also love for you to type in command new survey. There you go. If you're on YouTube, I just copy and pasted it. Let me put this back down there. Oh my god, I just adjusted the size of the game. I'm not Evansplaining. Maybe I'm Evansplaining. All right, we back, baby. We back. We reading data files. Am I doing it right? Hey, that was me. Let's go. Stand by. Bring. Chat channel 10, guys. Sorry about that. Like I said, I swear that's a bug that only I run into. I think it's just like stacking too much onto the memory, you know? It's like going in, coming out to different accounts. Oh, do you like this wallpaper? Isn't this cool? I have more too, actually. I actually have a bunch. Hold on, let's see. What do I got? Twilight Arena, Cherry Blossoms, got Day Arena, SWC Finals with Gianna and Verd. This one's cool, but I'd use this one for like more like RTA. We got the 2020. Look at this, dude. It's kind of sick. Kind of sick, right? Okay, let's get back to it. Okay, so let's do this. Review my account, Evan. Just shy of 1 year. All right, let's see. Oh my god. Asuma and Jackson already right in front of me. You've cleared both TOAs, which is great. You've closed C1 in Arena. Haven't dipped too far into RTA just yet. 143. Oh, you're using Ramahan in Giants. Interesting. Very cool. I think we could shave some time off of this by taking out Ramahan and maybe the Wind Gladiatrix. This is good. Honestly, Dragon's Lair is good. I think it might just be like we could double check the runes or make sure that the speed tuning's right because it's 131. We could get this faster. And the Necropolis, if you threw in Ergar, the Dark Vampire Lord there and took out Fran, you might actually have a better, more consistent team, like faster. There was something else that I wanted. We could touch on this. Hold on. Let's go in real quick. Let's go see what's going on. Oh, Wolvie. Wolvie says however you want to... Oh, I think that was to somebody else. Sorry, guys. Getting some messages on the side. This coffee is very good today. Very tasty. I think I told you to take out Ramahan and the Wind Glad... And Eleni is her name. Yeah, the resetting attack bar is pretty cool. Oh, man. Everybody's got chakra. What's going on with that? Why? How does everybody have chakra and I don't have chakra? Savannah might actually be pretty good there. Always has attribute advantage, huh? Let's see this. Resets their attack bar and increases their chance of landing a glancing hit in addition to your attack speed for 2. Okay, that's kind of sick. That is kind of sick. I haven't seen how hard this hits. If it hits really, really hard, then stick with it. But if it's not insane, you may want to reevaluate. You may want to try to incorporate something like Luna, since we all got her from Hall of Heroes, presumably. And we've also... Well, guys, what's going on in chat? What's happening right now? Is everything okay? Are we all chill? Wolfie, you chill? Are we all chill? I'm fine if you're fine, to be honest. We're good. We're all having a fun time. As long as people are enjoying it, we're good. And then we got... Do we have another max HP damage scaling option in here? Cool. All right. As long as you guys are good, I'm good. Glad we talked. Yeah, I would maybe think about swapping in Luna. And then the other thing to think about is Savannah could be a good option. I did just want to draw attention to Prylia. I mean, you did already build her up, which is really cool. I have mine on triple fight. That's kind of that's more of like a speed thing, a speed team thing. But like she has defense break on every single skill. And that's pretty good. That is a Magnum. I was just about to say that's a Magnum right there. This is my homie. This is a great account, especially for 1 year. I would give this, I think I'd give that like probably like a 7.5. I'd probably give it a 7.5. If we could speed up some of those teams, it would be higher. And I think you can. I think it'll be easy. Thank you, Wingspan. Appreciate it. Gods of Queens. Hey, can you help? I'm new to the game. I don't know why I said I'm not new. And not sure what to build. Let's do this. 13 days ago. This is awesome. Oh, dude, you know what, too? You should join a guild. Joining a random guild can also be very helpful. Looks like you've already done some Trial of Ascension, which is great. You've started on Giants. Love that you got Fran and Lauren already, and you've got Crow. You've got the Water Geralt. This is looking solid so far. Seems like you have an idea of what to build. Anytime 3 digital. No way. Tell me this was your first Nat 5. Shut the front door. Tell me this was your first Nat 5. This was this was my first Nat 5. You got to be kidding me. That's so awesome. If this is your first Nat 5, like that's awesome. It looks like it might be. That's so sick. Not counting things like Geralt, right? Like cuz you can just receive Geralt, you know? If this was your first Nat 5, like that's awesome. That's really, really sick. Okay, let's talk about what to build. They said it was. Oh, let's go. That's awesome. That's so cool. You and me both. That's great. And also, I like that you're... I like what you've represented in building so far. So we can keep using Geralt. Love that. He's a good max HP damage scaler. We did learn... Actually, Sean B made a video on it, I think, and showed that Geralt does scale really well with attack. Like, less so than crit damage. Or, I'm sorry, like, more so than crit damage. I phrased that weird. So, like, more attack is good. Like, this is fine. The only thing... Oh, and you also increase the crit rate. The speed is good. Yeah, this is great. We've got Crow. Hopefully, you'll start working on the second Awaken when you get a chance. Fran, Lauren. I clicked on those in reverse order. I don't know why I did that. It's very clear you understand what you're doing here, too. From, like, the stats perspective. You've got 11k here. The only thing I would say... is you don't need to complete the set of focus, right? Sometimes a full offset is a cry for help. And in this case, I would say you don't need her to be on focus necessarily. Instead, what I would do is I would go speed, HP here, and HP. I'm sure you're probably aware of that already. But like, if you could find a rune that's HP and has some accuracy in the subs here, that would still be better than attack, because you really just want her to stick around. That's the only thing you need her to do. Shannon is way better than she used to be with the advent of Abyss Dungeons. So you could bring Shannon onto your Giants team too. Let's see what else you got. Belladion's really good for beginners. We're gonna save Jameer for later. We'll save him. He's great, but we'll save him for later. Love that you have this. This is a good unit. Oh, you've got Shaman. No way. Oh, this is a great pull early. No way, dude. This is actually so good. So I would second awaken Crow. Try to get. Oh my gosh, I keep adjusting the game size by accident. I would get this guy awakened and second awaken him soon. No, not a huge rush. Just know that he's very good, and it's hard to get him. He's really good. He does increase damage to dark monsters, and then when you second awaken him, he just gets litty legitty, and he does max HP damage scaling. So like I use this to this day. Like people use him like all the way until like late game. So this is a monster that'll age well with your account. It's a good investment. And someone said Cassie is really good, is really worth upgrading too. Rakuni, put a lock on this guy. I just talked about Prilea, the Wind Harpy. Like she's got defense break on every skill, which is great. So with those monsters that I highlighted in mind, lock those down. Make sure that you save them. Like don't, build them at your own pace. I think Shaman is a priority after 2A Crow. I would also make moves to get Verd, the Fire Vampire, and Varamos, the Dark Ifrit, both from Fusion. Great job. Honestly, I'm glad you're enjoying the game. At least it seems like you're enjoying it. You're doing good research. Okay. Dynamite, can you review mine? Yes. Oh, I like the 6th anniversary background. This is classic. Eileen, what's going on? So nice that Verd is Fusion now. I know. Whoa, what guild is this? Ada Senpai. Ada. C1 closing arena. Haven't played much RTA. So there's a question. Are you not as into RTA? Do you not have Verd? Wait, what's going on with this Dragons team? What's happening with this? Hold on. Is there no Verd on this account? Is this a no Verd build? Where's Verd? There's no Verd here. There's not a lot of much, though, to be honest, that's out of storage. Dude, I would prioritize. Now hit him with the ooh. I would build Verd like right away and try to throw that into the Dragons team, and that would honestly shave a ton of time off. I think that'd be awesome. Nice on the Praha. Okay, so Dynamite. I'm going to give that one a 7. That was good. You get it? That's a passing grade. Congratulations. That is a pass. I love... a DAC attack. I'm putting controversy aside now, but may I ask why you came to the stream today? M. Wolvie, to convey a message to Evan. I said my piece and you all chose to jump in. Wolvie, I'm sorry, dude. How are you feeling right now on a scale of 1 to 10, Wolvie? I hope you don't feel too attacked. Here's the thing about something you got to keep in mind about my responses too, is that like part of the reason why I absolutely love the Wednesday streams especially is because I get to kind of have conversations like this with you guys. So one way or another, like, even call it whatever. I know the comments were divisive from Wolvie. Thank you for bringing it to the stream, because then we got to talk about it, and I like talking about the game. So I appreciate it, dude. Are you going to EU? Today is 10 out of 10 with Evan hitting the uwu. Oh, Gilberto, I recently got back into the game and I need help, but my account is kind of a joke for how old it is. Any tips would be awesome. Of course, dude. I'll try to get to as many accounts as I can. I'm going to go fast. I'm going to go fast from here. TOA hard auto team. We'll talk about this. Oh my God, you got Varad right here. What the heck, dude? You got this, bro. You got this already. Let's go. We can make this happen. Oh, my back. Oh, heavens. Nice. I love the spiral. I kind of want to do this. Yo, you got this skin. This is such a cool skin. I think this skin is super slept on. Delirios says a lot of players returning to SW recently, me being one of them. That's cool, man. Yeah, a lot of people are coming back for the 10th anniversary and probably the collaboration with The Witcher too. Like it's a good time to be a Sound Sword player. Sorry, I'm getting lost in the singular eye of this Ikaru real quick. So we are talking about TOA hard auto teams. Evan carrying this stream with his positivity. You're so sweet, dude. Thank you. Okay. Oh, I have a question, Evan. How would you do Tart Hell when you get a chance, of course? Oh my God. Yeah, we can talk Tart Hell. In the meantime, while I go through this Trial of Ascension, if you guys have Tartarus Hell comps or any ideas, things you like to use, please drop them in chat as well. I am unfortunate, dude. I'll level. I get yelled at all the time to do Tartarus. I'm so sorry. I don't know what it is about Tartarus, but like me and Tartarus, I need to do it more. So you've got Varad, you've got the Homunculus, you have Tyron. You could actually do Tyron plus Varad. That sounds crazy. That actually sounds like kind of a crazy comp. I would do something like a route. Oh my God, you got it for all of them. I love this account. I love this. This is so sick. I like Rauk because he reduces cooldown times on skill 2. Like team ups reduce cooldowns. So I would bring this so that way you're pulling Varad, you're pulling Tyron, right? Rauk's not the fastest monster in the game. Like meaning like it won't contribute the fastest to your TOA clear. But it does help. Let's see what else we got here. You got a Crow for damage, which is kind of sick. Ideally, we'd love a way. Oh my God, you've got the Dark Homunculus too. Like man, if you want to go really slow, you could go Tyron, Rauk, Varad, Dark Homunculus. We just need some way to like strip as well. Basically, something to get through the Dark Phantom Thieves. Crazy. I was crazy once. Dude, I had to stop myself from saying that, Eileen. I had to stop myself. That's so funny. You can do Verd, and just when you get to the Dark Phantom Thieves, you just swap it out. Like, honestly, if you maybe instead of the Dark Homunculus, you just go with this Homunculus instead. So you could go like Tyrone, Varad, Water Homunculus, Verd, Rauk. Then the enemies will never move. They will never move ever. Like that's so funny. And then they just die to dots eventually. Well, actually, no, this is not good with this. I'm sorry. This is not good. And the reason why is because they'll never take a turn for the dots to happen. They'll never take a turn. So it's like you need something else. I would go Crow then. Something to do big damage. Or like Aster. Oh, it's hard to say. Because that's the thing. It's deceptive. You think dots are really good with Varad and Tyron. They're not. Because the enemies never take a turn. You would have to run Tatu. And I don't really want to give a space to Tatu. So instead, I would say like go Brandia, go Crow, something like big damage. Give that a try and just see how it goes. Suffering from success. Oh, not again. Not again, bro. Oh my God. You gotta be kidding me. See, this is the thing, because I think I'm like the only one that's like island hopping in Summoner's War, you know? So I encounter this. And so well, granted, I also haven't said anything about it. It's not like I'm telling the devs like, oh, this is the bug I'm encountering, just because like, it's not a big deal. I don't mind it too much. You know, it's not like, it's not a huge thing. Elijah, I used to use Varad, Water Homie, Rauk, Lauren, Spectra in my first TOA teams. That's perfect. That's a great comp. Hey, that's the video. Look at that. That's awesome. Hey. Hey. Let's go chat channel 10. Bring. Bra. Bra. Have I checked in yet? I don't think I did check in. Let's send some gifts. Oh, I have a friend slot. Would you fancy that? Giants Abyss. Arthian, Giants Abyss. Let's do it. Let's talk. I like where you're going. The only thing is that I think there's a little bit too much, what's the word I'm looking for? Safety. It's too safe. We should take out Darian and add in another max HP damage scaler. I like your Dragon's Abyss team. The only thing is that like we might want to double check the speed tuning, because I think something's off if it's 3 minutes. And the other thing is usually I recommend Crow there instead of Rauk. And then I know Necro hasn't had a whole lot of development to it yet, so let's just stick to Giants like you asked first. So starting off with Giants, let's just check this. Oh, you know what, too? Veramos is not built on crit damage. That's actually, so I'm actually so glad to see this because that's an easy, quote unquote, easy change you can make, and you'll just get vastly better results. Like this is, I'll show you my Veramos after this. So what you can do is you can ruin him on Rage if you have the runes available. If not, you can go with like Fatal. Fatal's okay too. But I really like him on Rage. High crit rate. I'd go for like 90-ish, right? Like, or like we talked about, aim for like 80, 85, and then just go for as much crit damage as possible. Do speed, crit damage, HP. You guys hear that motorcycle outside? Put in Water Geralt instead of Darien. Boom. That's it. Look at that. And it's so funny. You were so confident that he was right there. I love it. I love that, Elijah. That was a great suggestion. Eileen, are we not friends? We gotta be friends. I got Evan yesterday. Is he good? Dude, I wish he was good, bro. He's not good. Evan is the Dark Steel Commander, I think is his government name, right? The Dark Steel Commander. I wish he was good. He is not that good. I also have him. I have him as the Dark Ezio. Dude, let's do it, Eileen. Let's be friends. I would really like that. So, oh, and I see you're probably already building this for Necro. Yeah, clean swap, to be honest. Take out Darien, put in Water Geralt, throw Veramos on Rage, bing, bang, boom, and you've cleared. Oh, let me just check real quick the tuning. So we're missing a couple crit rate, I see. We're missing 2 crit rate. Oh, we should level this up, too. Okay. Okay. I'm telling you guys, that extra 2% is really meaningful. It's really, really meaningful. But I like the HP on the Verd. It's like right at the cusp of what's needed. He may be too slow. He might be just a hair too slow. Because remember, you want him to move last, but you don't want him to be slow. That's the main thing. Oh, dude, Dono, I didn't mean to make you sad. You can play with him. I would say try him. Try him out. I actually built him. I did build him. And I put him zero crit rate, all crit damage, right? Because the last hit is a guaranteed crit. I just wish his multiplier was higher. That's what I mean to say when he's not good. I just mean I wish that his multiplier for that last hit was better. That's it. That's it. Okay. 100% crit means never having repeat battle end randomly. Well said, Dak. Oh, I almost forgot what I was checking. So we want Lauren to move first on the Dragons team, right? So here, I'm just going to list the turn order, right? So Lauren, then Crow, and it looks actually pretty good so far. Then, oh, he's moving first, I think. You could take him off speed. He's definitely on speed, right? Yeah, you could take it. You could put him on Rage or like Fatal. Sorry, I bumped the microphone there. Have this move first. Then your 2 damage dealers, right? Because Veramos is going to be on damage henceforth. And then Verd. Verd moves last. There you go. Food from afar. Are you only doing advice on global? What time is it, guys? It's noon. I could swap over to EU. If you guys want me to swap to EU, let me know. I can do that. So, Byakuya. Fellow weeb, let's go. Hey, I've been playing this game since forever and still don't know what I'm doing. Any tips for Giants, Dragons, etc. with what I have? Let's go. Let's do this. Wow, it's a nice profile. For not knowing what you're doing, that's looking pretty nice. Okay, so you're still doing GB10. Still doing GB10, and we've got Dragon's Lair, so you haven't quite breached into Abyss, right? So I know I just talked about Giants. Oh, Nyx says just pulled an Iris today. Is there any game mode she is useful to have in? Guys, if you have an Iris, I don't have Iris. I've always wanted one, but folks, where are you guys using her? Do you use her in do you use her in TOA? You use her in Arena? Like, do you bring her into RTA? She used to be super busted. Actually, there was a period of time where Iris was so good. Need advice for TOA, but I'm on EU. Yeah, I can draw. People are saying that they'd like me to swap over. I'll swap over. Okay. But real quick, let's just cover this. I would take out Lucian. I think Lucian adds too much variance, right? I know I said Rune Veramos on damage. I mean it. He's so good on it. Iris, Light Magic Knight? Correct. Yeah, Light Magic Knight, Iris. And then this team, otherwise, is very good for GB10. But for Abyss, I would take out Fran and Lauren. I actually have a guide on the channel for like a free-to-play starter guide to Giants Abyss. I prefer to use like Shannon and Belladon because Belladon is a single hit defense break. Shannon protects your team with attack buff and defense buff. She also applies slow, glancing, like really good unit for Giants. For Dragons, you can use the comp that we just talked about where it's like Verd, Lauren, Crow, Veramos, Spectra. And then let's see Necro. Necro too. Necro will come with time. Like I would do Giants and Dragons first. And then see. I'm just going to hop in really quick just to see what units you got. She's amazing in Siege, referring to Iris. Thank you for that, Elijah, actually. I'm just seeing if there's anything else that we'd want to recommend. I don't think so. If you have like an Akamamir somewhere too, like oh, there he is. He's good for Giants. You could also use the Water Geralt, like we talked about. There he is. That's the Water Geralt right there. Max HP damage scaling. I'm going to have so many messages to catch up on after this. Stand by, guys. Let's just swap over to Europe. Okay. Dragons and Cell Runes. Is that advice on how to mana farm? Yes, from Squishy. Oh, I got logged out. Stand by. I said keep me logged in. There we go. Okay, Europe server. I'm here. I'm here. Whoa, is that an LD scroll? Oh my god. Please don't be lightning. Hold on. Stop. Stop talking to me, Elia. Please don't be lightning. Please don't be lightning. Please don't be lightning. Please don't be lightning. Please. Oh, thank you. Oh my god. Dude, I gotta tell you guys, my biggest fear is like coming onto this account and summoning like a game-changing LD that would turn this, that would make me want this to be my main instead of my main. Like I have this, I should just not summon on it. But like if I was to get like a Yonhong, or like what would change? I would like to go through the game again with a Sylvia. I think going through the game with Sylvia from the beginning would actually be so fun. Like a team up effect, every move, I just stack her up with HP, speed, like that. Or, oh no, dude, if I got a Berghild, low key, if I got a Berghild, I would, dude, I'd swap instantly. I'd be playing on Europe server. I'd be so sick. The only thing is that I wouldn't necessarily need her for like PvE. It's just like I'd be looking forward to using her in PvP. Could you review my starter account? Oops. What do you think about Hanwul? Wait. Hanwul isn't Hanwul the light art master? Because if so, that's part of one of my favorite arena offense teams actually. Krallis, you should ask Stoic about that. Yeah, I love him. I love him, actually. I think he's so sick. Like, Stoic has one, and he was showing me his arena offense. It's probably the coolest arena offense I've ever seen. Like, it's a cleave comp, right? But the thing about Hanwul that people don't see is, like, the way that he's worded kind of makes it sound like, you know, it's built for Verd, you know, so things don't revenge or whatever. But it just doesn't activate passives in general. So it's like, it's so cool because that means if you won't proc Abellio, you won't proc Triana's, like all that stuff. Hanwul is so dope. Congratulations on that poll. Seriously. Like you're about to have a super fun arena offense. Run him with like, if you have a Tiana, you basically want like, I prefer like attack lead, but if you can go speed lead if you're a little slower, and then you go Tiana, Galleon, Hanwul +1. Like that's what it ignores Kinky passives. Yeah, you can crit on Kinky, which is crazy. 13 days. Look at that. But in RTA, he's bad, sadly. Well, not everybody needs to be like super good in RTA. You know what I mean? And also, what's cool is that if you have a really good arena offense, you can place higher, get more rewards, get like some good glory points to dump into scrolls, dump into like, make sure you always you got your Devilmon easy. You can climb new ranks and get the rewards at the close of when you close arena. Like it'll definitely open up that part of the game for you, which is kind of a cool way to look at it. You know, it's like if you didn't enjoy doing arena before, you'll probably enjoy it now. Like, you know, because it's really sick and you get to see some cool monster interactions. So 13 days. You've been playing for 13 days. You already have Sig. You already have Veramos. You've already done Giants B10. You're already doing Dragons. You have a Tian Lang. What? This Tian Lang was staring me dead in the eyes and I didn't even notice it. This is 13 days is crazy. Tian Lang, that's so funny. No way. Wow. See, this is, again, the sort of thing that really impresses me, right? Because you've only been playing for 13 days, but it's so clear that you know what you're doing. You know, it's like you did your homework. You have a really cool Nat 5, too. You have that's a fun one, right? Because it's like you can look forward to using Tian Lang in RTA. You can use him on your arena defense if you're so inclined. Like, this is a cool unit to pull early. I don't necessarily know if I'd use him for everything, right? Because in PvE, he might actually... Not on your Necro team, but in certain circumstances, he may hurt you. So just watch out for that. But like in PvP, this guy's like goated, right? Like he's like #1 most unique passive. Abellio's super cool for RTA as well. But yeah, like I said, it's very clear you know what you're doing. Nice tank, nice speed, nice accuracy. Let's see this. Tank, HP defense, good speed too. As long as it's faster than like your damage dealers, we're fine. I'm still encouraging people to eventually make the swap over to Damage Veramos, but I know that it's not something you can immediately do. Like, again, this is a 13-day-old account. You've already got Tyrone for TOA. You got Spectra as well. Your Verd is closing in. I think the Verd is the only thing that could use a little bit of improvement. I love that it's... Wait, it's not on crit rate? You got this much crit rate without being on crit rate? Oh my goodness. Good googly moogly. That's insane. That's actually really dope. I'd like 20 more speed on the Verd, 20 to 30 more speed on the Verd, if I'm being honest. Don't be afraid to put him on crit rate. I mean, this is a good build for Verd, but don't be afraid to put him on crit rate, truly. And if you're not doing crit damage, it might be a little bit squishy in terms of HP. Tyrone, nice, looking good. You got the Spectra, you got the Raccoony. I love it. Honestly, for 13 days, this is a 10 out of 10. This is a 10 out of 10 for me for a 13-day account. Like, that's incredible. Like, truly. That's so awesome. I don't know what else to say. What else could you want after 13 days? You know, like, that's crazy progress on that. Guys, I'm getting blown. Let me just check my messages really quick. Let me just check this real fast. Okay. Cool. Sorry. My phone's been popping off. Zengo. Hey, Evan, could you maybe look at my Mons and help me with my RTA Turn 2 team? Thank you and love your positivity. Thank you, dude. You guys are so sweet. Thank you. You're playing Turn 2. See, this is what I'm talking about. I always snoop, you know? Yeah, I get asked a question about RTA, and here I am snooping on the dungeon teams. It's like, mind my own business. If you guys want to tell me to mind my own business and not look at the book, you can tell me. Mind your own business. Don't look at my book. So I'm asking you about RTA. I don't want to hear it. You've already got one of the most popular first picks in RTA. Thank you, Eileen. Moore is definitely one of the... You should look my Sigma runes. Are your runes pretty Sigma? He is one of the most popular first picks in RTA for a really good reason. Like, speed lead, strip, and he's got the potential to solo. So I would rune him. I'd pick him. I have mine on Swift right now. I prefer him on Despair. Oh no, I'm sorry, I misspoke. I used to have him on Swift. I now have him on Despair. There was a time where I ruined him on Violent as well. Squeaky, super dope bruiser monster too. Self-sustain on 2 different skills and grows stronger with time. That just sounds like a combination that was made in heaven for RTA. Let's see, as far as fire too. Fire, I see a Masha. Masha grabs my attention the most, and then we've got Ren, who's got a super fast base speed, by the way. So if you could, like, we're probably not using Ren if we're turn 2. Just saying, if you did ever want to go turn 1, he could be really cool, right? Because you could do strip into it, but I don't see a lot of options for that. So even though you're going like turn 2, I would still, you could still pick more, truly. Like you could still do that just to keep up. Sometimes it's really important to match speed leads. I would build Smicer. If you're going turn 2 too, I would build Smicer. This guy is so good. Filani says, hey Evan, when is the next tournament? That's a really good question, actually. So there's a couple tournaments to keep your eyes on right now. So America's Summit is still happening, and we're going to have a monthly trial at the end of this month. But every Wednesday, there's still that Goodwill lobby where people are fighting for points to make it to that monthly trial. So if you're so inclined, you could watch people like Stoic or anybody else who might be streaming the games on their own channel. So if you want more of that like competitive Summoners War, you could watch that. Then stay tuned for the monthly trial. Now, new thing, right? New thing on Friday. I believe it's Friday. I think it's confirmed to be Friday. Friday, we're going to be doing a selection, a draft for players in the Guardians Club to participate in a Guardians Club tournament. And that's going to be hosted by Stoic, Apps, Wycuz, and JMac. So it's going to be great. So there's a lot of things to be excited about right now, especially when it comes to like competitive Summoners War. Yeah, oh man, and then you've got the Wind Robo here and Shizuka. So one day you could do like a turn 1, truly. Like if you did strip, like Oliver Moore, Wind Robo, Shizuka +1, right? And then you've got Heigang as well. So Heigang could kind of be in there. So there's a turn 1 comp for you. For turn 2 though, I'm trying to focus on turn 2. I think I'm getting a little too excited about the possibilities. I would still go more. It's good to have Suiki ruined up. We already talked about why he's good. Masha is just dope. Even if you're not trying to like turn 1, I would put her on, you could put her on Nem or Will. I think Nem is a little bit dangerous. I have mine on Nem though. And then I don't like Fuki as much. Let me see. Could still run Oliver even on a bruiser comp, but I don't know about that. Let's hold back on this. Let's hold back. I'd rune a Heigang on Despair just so you have him. I already said Smicer. I suppose you could do Shizuka. You could do Shizuka on a bruise comp. Amduat too. Amduat like built kind of like hybrid, right? So you have him be a little bit built bruisery. Have him so he does a little bit of damage. This could be fun. And people really like Zima too. I actually just built him, but I wouldn't do this until you're trying to like, oh, a Gyo is hidden back here. Build Gyo. Yeah, there you go. All right, dude. Nice. What's up, Disby? Love some help with Dragon's team and some RTA advice. Pontos. Hello? Are we using Pontos? We best be using Pontos. I don't know what do you need on the Dragon? So if you're trying to improve this Dragons team, I would personally look up just the Kyle team or like alternate speed teams for Dragons, because this is already pretty quick, like sub 1 minute. If it's consistent, I hesitate to say change anything unless you're just going for that end game. You're using the same team as I am actually for Giants, which is really cool. Yeah, this is actually a solid Dragons team. I would just look up the Kyle comp and see what you think about that. Let's talk RTA. I don't know why I'm getting so excited about. I don't know why I'm getting so excited about RTA right now. Maybe we haven't talked about it a ton today. I like this Annabelle in RTA. Chow sometimes has usability. Oh, Chandra. Yeah, we'll probably use Chandra. Speed lead. He's really good. This hug, by the way, the hug on him goes so well with so many different monsters. You can save people with it. You can like, dude, if you throw a threat state on him, throw a threat state on somebody plus a hug, it's a really fun combo. Any advice on how to manage crystals? I keep running out. So it might be good to like look at what you're using the crystals on, Gaius. If you're using them for scrolls, You may want to reevaluate for now, just especially because we're in the middle of like 10th anniversary events and we're getting a ton of opportunities to summon. So in that meantime, you may want to just focus on like refreshes, like crystals to refresh your energy, etc. But crystals come back. You know, that's another thing to remember too. You run out of crystals, like they'll come back. It's all good, you know. Can't run out of crystals if you never use them. Well said. Bye, Wingspan. Thanks for hanging out, dude. Okay, so we're still talking about RTA. Chandra, Wusa, those are the highlights for me from water. I also like the Annabelle. We're going to have the Juno runed. We'll have the Rika runed. You do have a speed lead and a strip here in the Chiwu. I'm digging the Masha and the Rakuni. You have a lot of good punish monsters too. Like Nora, Nora and Rika I consider to be a punish monster. Unless we're doing something with like with dots and like trying to apply debuffs to people. I don't know if I'd have both of them ruined. I would do one or the other. But that's just me. I don't like spreading my runes around that much. Oh my god, yeah, dude, we're going first. Oh yeah, we're going first, baby. Yeah, we're going turn 1. Let's go. Oh my god, with the Pontos too. Yeah, dude, I think we're going turn 1. Oh, heavens to Betsy. Heavens to Betsy. Dude, oh, and you got Kyle. There you go. Look at this. You might already be making moves towards this. Let's go monster so fat. Oh, and Chakra. Bro. This is kind of hype. This comp is hype. What? And you got Zima back here. I didn't even talk about the Dark Siri. Okay. Wait. Pause. We're going like Oliver. Dude, you could go Oliver, Chandra, like just to diversify. Like, or Oliver Chiwu, like double strip. Or Chandra, whatever. Dude, you got double Robo. You can do like, wow. Double, oh my god, there's so much I want to pick. I wish there were more slots on an RTA team. I didn't even say Pontos yet. No, you know what? Pontos is a speed lead. Forget Chiwu. We're not doing Chiwu. Forget that. We're going Oliver Pontos, baby. Forget that. We're not, yeah, easy. You could go Wind Robo. I'm getting too excited. Wind Robo, Dark Robo, something like that. We're controlling people. You could do Etna if you want. Holy heavens to Betsy. You got some monsters that want to start. Yeah. Oh, Evan. There's Evan back there. This is what we were talking about earlier. You go Chakra if you just want to do damage. Like, if you're just trying to do some damage, you could do the comp that I just listed and just throw in Chakra. Are the Robos good? The Wind Robo and the Dark Robo are really solid. The Light Robo is a setup for Carlos, which I love. Yeah, this is insane. This is insane, dude. Oh my goodness. Oh my word. Yeah, I love this account. Love it. Let's keep going. I haven't been playing in a while and just got back weeks ago. This is from ZZ. If you just got, a lot of people are just coming back to the game. So yeah, this is a great opportunity to talk about it. So this team is too safe, which is, I love saying that, right? Because you get to play with the fun units that put out big numbers, right? So I think I'm going to recommend you take out Bastet. I'm going to recommend you take out the Lulu. Probably take out Jean's sister. Not Leona. What is her name? I forget her name. You know, I can find out just by going in. Not Leona, not Josephine, not Ophelia. Wait, can I figure this out before I click on it? Where is she? Oh wait, she's not out. Never mind. Forget it. We don't need answers because we're taking her out. Dude, every single we got, dude, Jean, Leona, Ophelia. Just no, Leona's the dark one. Is it J? Does it start with a J? Oh, man, you know what? We're taking it. Louise! You're right, it's Louise. Thank you. It's so funny, dude. I know. I remember. It's Louise. I knew that. I should have known. Okay. It's the L. That's right. Yeah. Good news is that Water Geralt is genuinely so good for beginner, like, Giant's Abyss comps, by the way. What if... Okay, stand by. Oh, you've got Shannon here. Dude. Oh, yeah. Here we go. We're good. Oh, we're good. We're set. Veramos. You go Veramos, right? Belladion, Shannon, Shaman, and who was the other unit that I just got excited about? Wait, I literally just got excited about somebody. Wasn't Crow. Wasn't Crow, right? Who was it? Water Geralt? Yeah, it was Water Geralt. Veramos, Water Geralt. What? Water Garibaldi. Veramos, Water Geralt, Shaman, Shannon, Belladion. Boom, you're good. That's it. Look at that. That's amazing. Oh, I didn't realize I could scroll through this. How interesting to watch it move. Look at how it's so clicky. Interesting. I didn't realize I could scroll through this on the Steam client. That's actually kind of cool. I'm so used to doing everything like with a gesture, you know? I'm not used to using a scroll wheel by default. Oh, so Magic Knight VB on YouTube, and I've seen a couple other people ask for like TOA Hell advice. For TOA Hell, I would actually recommend you to check out the Summoners War subreddit. There's like rotating like recommendations for that. Things to keep in mind though, Bolverk is really good for it. He's the Water Lightning Emperor. There's also something cool coming up in Hall of Heroes. So hold on. Oh, I shouldn't actually be going through here, but let me just see, because it's kind of further down. There's something kind of exciting in an upcoming one. Morbius! No way, what's up, dude? Hello, bruv. Let's see. It is here. The lights, so week 18, so it's kind of far out, but the Light String Master. Hold on one second, guys, because I just wanted to show this off. So this unit, Dongbek, is actually really good for TOA Hell, right? Because this makes it so that she stays in the song state longer and can get into it faster. And while she's in the song state, basically everybody's taking a dot's worth of damage, right? And she applies attack break on them. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So I'm going to be getting that one for TOA Hell when she comes around in Hall of Heroes. Okay. Would appreciate a quick review. Let's do it. Quick review. You got it. 176 days. Already got a speedy team for Giants. Love that. Dragon's team is looking fresh. The only question I have is, how do you like the Sigmaris? If it's consistent, don't change anything. If you think it could be improved, maybe throw a Crow in instead. Bro just skipped me. Oh no, did I skip you? Wait, let me see. How did I skip? I didn't mean to skip. I looked at ZZ's account a second ago. Didn't I? I thought I looked at ZZ. Yeah, I did look at ZZ. I looked at ZZ already. And then Abyss. And then we got Necro. Necro's looking fresh too. So we're as far as the reviews looking, like this is looking pretty good. I'm impressed. You've gotten 4 stars on TOA Hell already. It looks like you could just go further into like RTA as well. So sorry guys, I don't mean to skip anybody too. Sometimes there can be a lot to go through. Nice monsters on here, dude. This is like probably 8 out of 10 for me. This is probably 8 out of 10. I need assistance, maybe that word was, on Dragon and Necro Abyss teams for Veridox. Oh my god, you got Deborah? No way. You should be using her on everything. You should be using her on like Giants as well. What the heck, dude? No way. No way. That's cool. Pro Smiley, I'm over on Europe right now. That's so sick. My Giants team is not even working. Well, so right now, I would change things out on this account, on this comp. Let's go in. I think we're gonna use Deborah. I think we'll definitely use Deborah for this. Guys, recommendations for teams with Deborah? I do not have one. I wish I did. I really wish I had her. If people in chat are unfamiliar, she makes defense breaks even more effective. And that's really cool. Wow, some nice LDs, my dude. Got Ragdoll 2 back there. You got Kinky. I would do Shaman in there for the max HP damage scaling. Oh, and you have this. I didn't even shout out the Shun, as it were. You could do Teshar for the crit rate lead. Oh my god, dude. Wait, whoa. Hey. Whoa. You got Teshar for the crit rate lead. You got Shaman, max HP damage scaling. You got Deborah. We get Prylia up in here and Konamiya. And we got ourselves a comp. We got ourselves a comp, baby. What the heck? Where's... so Prylia, triple fight, right? Make her do the defense break. Like, she sets up defense break. Teshar goes next. Konamiya sets Teshar back up again. Boom. Then make Deborah move. I think Deborah just moves last, right? Deborah just goes last. And then you have Shaman move after Teshar, probably. Dude, you got a speed team just waiting in the wings back here. Literally in the wings, dude. Look at this. Wings. This is awesome. This is so sick. I cannot wait to get a Deborah. I hope I get a Deborah someday. Like, wow. This is so hype. Yeah, and there's your Konamiya. It's clear that you're thinking about it, right? Triple fight. Like, there you go. I don't see the Prylia, but that's okay. It's clear that you've been thinking about doing the team. Prylia, Teshar, Konamiya, Teshar, and Shaman to clean up. Yeah, so we want Deborah in there too, exactly. So I think that's what Maximo meant. I think Maximo was meaning triple fight Kona, triple fight Prylia. Dude, triple fight Deborah. Like, why stop that? Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Like, that's what we want to do. We want everything. Guys, chat. This has been such a fun stream. Thank you for hanging out today, guys. I'm sorry that I got to go, but I'm a little over time as it is right now. As far as announcements go, real quick. Oh, and also if you're on Twitch, stay in chat because we're going to raid somebody before we go. I just wanted to tell you guys again, Command Meetup is something to use for the Virginia Meetup. Stay tuned because we've got the Guardians Club tourney this Friday in the afternoon. It's kind of like an additional stream. Make sure to be following the Americas Summit. There's going to be a new video coming out on the Summoners War YouTube channel tonight at 6 p.m. And I think that's everything for now. And I hope you guys are excited for the next 10th anniversary events. Don't worry. They're coming. You don't need to wait too long. And I think you guys are really going to like them. And I'm pretty sure that's it. All right, guys. Thanks for all the discussions, everything. Again, stay in chat if you're on Twitch. We're going to raid somebody. Bye, guys. Not necessarily what monster you should take each week. Rather, it's just talking about the top 10 monsters that have been featured in Hall of Heroes. Number 10 is Draco, who is the first 4-star that I ever summoned, but I still haven't awakened him. He's great for cleave comps. He's an attack bar booster who gives immunity and speed, plus one other buff for your trouble. Oh, I also have a note here that says, or Water Lich. I guess I couldn't decide which monster to put here. So without giving him a number, I'll just say that the Water Lich is basically a farmable Meiho Wang. He's good. We saw him at SWC, actually. He's a solid monster. He doesn't get a number, apparently, but that's not really his fault. That's more my fault because I didn't reread my script. Number 9 is Carcano the Fire Sniper. Carcano saw a lot of use in guilds, and he still has some use there today. Every turn he tries to apply a defense break to the monster with the lowest HP ratio. So that means that in most cases, he's his own setup. He's also seen some use in the Dimensional Raid because his skill 1 ignores damage